You're watching Why Silver? Why Now? Never in the history of mankind has one nation engaged in such a rapid descent. In 1980, the United States was the world's largest creditor nation. Today, it's the largest debtor not only in the world, but in the history of the world. We have witnessed massive corruption across all areas of society, from the Enron scandal to Bernie Madoff to trillions missing from the Pentagon, as Donald Rumsfeld publicly admitted on September 10, 2001. The aim of this microdoc is to help everyone not only recognize how dire the situation has become for America, but also to help you understand that there is something you can do today in order to provide some measure of protection for you and your family. So here are the facts. The corruption in our financial markets has been so widespread for so long that it has actually created opportunity for the properly informed. Because the Federal Reserve owns the printing presses which pump out our paper dollars, the controlling class has for years suppressed the free market prices of gold and silver in order to keep their paper dollars unrivaled. Yet, like a canary in a coal mine, the rising prices of gold and silver are signaling that something is wrong. So the bankers have flooded the market with paper representations of gold and silver in a coordinated scheme to keep those prices down, thus keeping that canary alive.
And people will say, well, and you've heard it today, there's not that much physical metal out there. There isn't. But in the physical market, as the market uses that term, there is much more metal than that. There's 100 times what there is.
But it's no longer working. The bankers are losing the battle.
Precious metals are financial assets, and like currencies and T-bills and T-bonds, they trade in the multiples of 100 times the underlying physical.
Investors and hedge fund vigilantes around the world now know about the bankers' scheme, and the result is nothing short of revolutionary. People from all walks of life around the world are now buying physical gold and silver and rejecting the paper metal.
I own physical silver.
Physical silver.
I own physical silver.
Physical silver.
I own physical silver.
I own physical.
Add to that even a few nation-states actively acquiring physical metal, and it all adds up to yet another paper Ponzi scheme collapsing. This one built of paper metal. What is happening right now is causing this decades-long scheme to unravel, and when it's fully exposed, it will prove to be the biggest financial fraud in world history. So, if you purchased silver a year or two ago and you've doubled your money, do you sell now? If you're new to this and don't own any, do you buy? Well, here are the facts. You decide. The industrial demand for silver has been growing year in and year out, draining some 800 million ounces of physical silver from world markets every year, with a worldwide mining production only providing approximately 550 million ounces per year. You can see the problem. The United States government owned 2 billion ounces of silver in 1990. Today, it has zero. There is not enough physical silver to meet industrial demand or investor demand. In fact, to rechannel investor interest in silver away from physical and into yet more paper, J.P. Morgan, the very bank being investigated by the Department of Justice for fraud, created the SLV ETF, a paper tiger, which according to the esteemed Harvey Organ and other researchers like this one who have read the SLV prospectus, the SLV listed on the NYSE has no physical silver behind it, and when the paper Ponzi finally collapses, those holding paper representations of silver through the SLV will find they are listed as unsecured creditors. So what does it all mean? Well, here's the deal. Orwell said, "In a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act." We are now living in a time of massive deceit. Americans are quickly losing confidence in their financial markets, in their media, and in their government. And the creditor nations to whom we owe trillions are starting to lose confidence in our dollar. So why physical silver? The reasons are obvious. The next steps are yours. Thanks for watching Why Silver? Why Now?